Good morning. Good morning, all. First of all, I will be not trading today, so I will take it on view, but I will not be taking any trades. It's more educational. I'm here today than wanting to give back on Fridays what I've made this week already. So London has not been, or pre-London has not been very favorable at all. So the only red ones that you can see in my box is exactly from pre-London. So I've been giving way too much back that I want to. But all the rest, greens are from, and that's why I'm not taking any trades this morning. But what will I do here for the time I'm here? I will show, first of all, how I would do it anyways on the screen. Everybody has some question on how I'm adding or why I'm adding and anything. You can ask it freely. I will be happy to help out. So I will draw everything on my screen that I should be doing normally. But like I said, I will only take a trade this afternoon. I will show it if I should have taken it, where I would add and what not. But because of it's not been favorable at all, I'm not taking it today. I want to be sure that it is profitable for everybody when I'm trading here and not just giving back to the markets what we already gained from the other live streams. So that would be so not wise from us to give back more than it needed. So this worked for 22, 24 and 25 for the start so far, but maybe I need to adjust something to make sure that this keeps being profitable. I will look into this. Can all hear me clear? I hope so. Okay. Hope all of you got the trade from yesterday also, where Tai is teaching you all to add extra contracts. Hope you all were there because it was one beautiful trade yesterday too. So NY has been more favorable than London session or pre-London session. I've been looking and seeing that the London pre-London has been less favorable this month, and the London has been favorable the last 3 days. If we took the London ORB itself, we would have been 3 or 4 or up already. So like I said, like you can see in my journal, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 not positive days, and all of those were from pre-London. All the rest, luckily, if we do have a good trade, we'll make a lot more than we give back. So I am up 26.7 R this month, and I've taken 12 trades, 7 winners and 5 not win. But the first one shown in my previous month, even if this should have been April or May. And this is just from New York by doing almost the same trades that Tai is doing, just I add a little bit more and at different points than he does. But he's teaching you all very nicely how to maintain and add to it. So if everybody has a question why we should add at certain points, or what do we, or anything else about markets, you can just ask. I've been in markets for more than 5 years at this point, so I know a thing or two. How did you manage to get an 8R from the latest? The one from yesterday? Yeah, the day before that. Yeah. I believe that was this one. Yeah, I took a trade down. That was an ILM, but I took Cologne. You guys went up, I went down in the market. And I believe it was this part that I took it down. That we had a 15-minute gap here, and then we went. This was the. Oh, let me go back to the original part. So that was the 7th. Go hourly. If that was here, the 7th, and that was for me, my time zone around 2:30. Yeah. Lost the place again. I just added at different points. Plus, you guys went up, I believe, and I took a short down after the orb did not work was correctly. I took at the 15-minute FEG. I took the short down to the low points. That was 350, 330. Yeah. So this was the orbit's range. Here was a 15-minute fair value gap that was still open. This was liquidity grab from here that I was looking for. So my wife took the London straight, the orb upwards. I did not. I wanted to short, and I shorted this part. This was my target to the low part, and I went out just under the orb. And let me zoom in a bit so I can show you where exactly did I add it to my position. Because I believe it was a 1 or 2 minute ILM I used to get there. Yeah, here it was. So because I was looking after a way that we should have moved downwards, because I wanted to see us hit the lower parts down here, and we did not. So we reversed. This was the orb. We went up. We took out. For me, that was a quite obvious draw on liquidity with a 15-minute fair value gap above, and I wanted to see us go lower. That's why I didn't take the orb, and I entered this trade here. I took a short from here, put my stop at the high, and I took it to the lows. I added it here, here again, and also just below the bottom, I added one more times. So this is where I added. This was a full position. I added here another full position. So this was a full R that I added it. Here again, this was a half R. And this was again a half R. I added it. Because I saw here that we were really drawing to that interest point of liquidity. So that's why I added sometimes differently. With you guys, I'm a bit more discretion. So I do not always add the amount that I should have been adding. And I put it my stop quite very fast because I saw this reaction was so clear. I moved my stop very fast to my entry. So I was quite sure there was no movement. So full R, an extra full R into. So this was already 2R. This was 2.5R inside. That was almost 3R here. And then this was my target, the low part. And why did I add where I was? Because here, if we should have seen a reaction out of this point, and we did not because we flow straight through it, I believe that we just wanted to go and take the liquidity. Otherwise, here, up here, we should not have had this reaction of this fair value gap because we did. We just moved very fast down. So this was about a 2. So you can count yourself. So full R, 70 points, a half R, about 50, 60 points again, another half R for another 12 or 13 points. I was 16. So the trade alone was already a 4R. So if you put beside it short, so this one was again almost a 4R. So this was already 8 together, or almost 8 together. And then the rest with it. Yesterday was also a 4 or a 5 hour trade that we took upwards. But he explains it very nicely, I must say, Ty. It's a discretionary way to add. I just add a little bit more at certain points where other people do it a little bit different. I'm trying to work something out with Ty so that we can give you all a nice documentation for how we add to certain trades and why we add it, so that it's more explainable or understandable for everybody. But discretionary said there really is no right or wrong way to do it. Some people do it at a return. So what do I mean by that? So if we have, like, say that this was a great move to enter, some people would add at this point where we have an entry again, so that we have a continuation moving a certain direction. This is not the best example really. So say that we have, okay, this would be a better explanation. Say that we should have shorted from here, that we want to take out this low. So this would be a very stops up. Every time that we have a break and a reaction comes back up to an FEG or something. So here we had movement. So anything that goes up to the FEG, you should enter and see a reaction of it. We should enter again. Anything we have a retracement to a gap, you can add. Some people do it this way. I prefer to do it when we see the continuation through it. Why? Because then I'm 100% sure that we have the same movement, and also because we do not have always a retracement directly. So like yesterday's trade, after Trump was speaking and we had a huge movement up, there was no retracement. There was no way that we could have added afterwards. It was directly or not. So that's why I prefer that we add when we have a clean candle close through it. So that's why I prefer a 5-minute candle is a very nice close that you can see then if we have a continuation or a stop or a sideways movement. But I believe that today will be a bit sideways on this. Oh, we don't. Anybody know that there's news today? Because I don't see it here. Forex. Let me take a sec. No news. So, do you still have your rising star roll? I saw someone was wondering whether you. Oh no, I still have. I still have the roll that I can still put trades inside. But if Ty is doing the live stream, it's not really pointful. Maybe if he is doing the same trade that I do, I'm not sure it's pointful to go against his mindset or his trade viewpoint. So if he says we add there and there, and I say okay, so I will keep adding. So I will keep showing what I'm trading in the afternoon too. Thank you for that. It's just because I believe for myself that if they are showing almost the same trades that I am, not many news, or I just added a little bit more than he does, but then I'm like trading against his mindset or some ways. But okay, it's discretionary. It's more I baby. For me, I believe it's just a mindset thing that I just need to get over. So I'll just add, and I will show him the pictures what I'm trading. Gabe, I'm not taking a trade today. I will be taking it together, but I will not be doing it live for myself. Why not? Because I'm up hugely this week, and it's been very ranging in the pre-London session at this point. So I was just telling everybody that I'm doing this today just for fun, that I'm adding this for you, but I'm not taking a trade. I'm not one of giving back what I already made this week. And I prefer a healthy mindset for the weekend than say that I gave now back 1 hour again. What I've been doing the last 6 trades already. So I prefer now to keep what I made. It gives me a happier mindset for the weekend and to start on Monday too. Now, if this one would work, I would say we would go up to the highs of this part. That would be my first point of interest to take a look. And if we would go down, this would be my first point of interest. Second point of interest would, of course, be the lows. The lows. Okay. I'll make sure I keep posting and showing you what I'm taking. This afternoon I will be trading because NY has been very profitable at this point. Like I said 5 minutes ago too, the London session has been profitable. So if you have taken ORB at London session itself, I've taken none of them live, but I've recorded every one of them, and all of them has been profitable from this week. So the pre-London has not been favorable for us. So like I said, I want just to keep the funds that I made this week already, and I actually don't need to trade. I'm halfway my collection that I want to have, so I prefer to keep 50R for this month. That would be my goal, and I'm on 26.7 at this point, so I don't really need that much discretionary to have an extra 1 to 2R in this session. And plus, it makes me more happier if I know that I traded yesterday with a profit and today I don't trade. That's a profit too. I do have a family life after this part too, so if anybody has a question on how or where I at, yeah, I mean the 8 o'clock, Gabe. That could be. I have no idea. So how do I pronounce your name? Sawit? So excuse me if I pronounced it, if I didn't pronounce it correctly. Or is it Sawite? Okay. That's very helpful. So I call Savage. Well, that's fine. Gabe, Hunter is not avoiding to trade Fridays. This is not just for who's trading now Fridays. Jaden is trading on Fridays at this point. So Jaden is a very good trader, but he trades normal ILMs or time-based liquidity grabs and then trade an ILM off of that to a certain direction. His pronouncing was correctly. He was just a little bit early yesterday, so I like the way he trades. He has a very great style. So this should have been a first break, but like you can see, we're like inside a sideways range. We did not take. Oh, we did take upper liquidity, did we not? Yeah, so we did take the upper part. Now this is engineered liquidity, so we're putting two highs just at the same spot. So I believe that London session will take first the highs again before we go down. We do have a lot of trend line liquidity laying below here. So if we do go lower, this would be first target. If we close a 5 minute below this, this would be an adding part. Same here. And then we could watch what happens down below. See if we should have. Very discretionary to these little gaps then. So this could also be TP or just adding an extra last contract for a little bit moving down. Are you planning an expansion to other prop firms? Or are you happy with having 5? I have 10 on Top Step. My wife is trading 5 too, so I'm okay with the amount that we have at this point. So I used to do mechanics before here. So I used to have a job, a normal mechanical job. So this act did gave me around 2.5 to 3,000 euros a month. And if we had a lot of extra hours done, we got around 3.5, 3,800 maximum. I'm making a little bit more at this point. So if you only have like a $200 and I just made 26R, so that means that I'm now on $5,200 with a $200 R per account. So I'm okay. Plus crypto done very nicely this week too. I am not planning on adding more. I'm wanting to have a live account after this. A little bit above. Pisces. I already asked how I should pronounce it, but I did not remember it. So it's Pius. Pius, yeah. I thought so. Yeah, normally it's the 15-minute orb, so we did not have the closure, first of all. And I will not take a trade today. Like I said, if you just joined, the reason why I do not take a trade, because I'm up 26R, it's Friday, and I want to have a very happy mindset for the weekend. I know it's sometimes not having a positive week or ending the week with -1R is less favorable for my mindset to start on Mondays. And because of London, of pre-London has not been very favorable for all of us, I decided not to trade this morning. I will take it on screen if you want me to show you where I should have added. But it looks like we are having the same movement again, a sideways ranging market. So I decided to take the time off myself to have a little bit more. Did we close below? Oh, this is a 5-minute chart, so for me this is no close. Or did not make my drawings correctly? Let me see. Height. Oh yeah, we should have closed slowly below. You're correct. No, for me I'm still inside. If this was the 8:15 candle, so for me I'm inside. So did I miss something? Oh, this is the 8 o'clock. Sorry, I did not take my drawings correctly. No, you're right. We did close below. So this should have been a short. There was no FEG inside. Oh, look, there was. So this is why if there is an FEG inside, always have a nice look. So here was the FEG. That's why you should have put the stop at the highs. 1 minute FEG inside. So this should have been the short. Target would be so normal trade. This should have been a 6. That's quite a nice trade. Should have been 6R. Just normal. And then you watch how we should react. No, Jürgen, I'm not trading today. I am trading this afternoon, but I wanted to take the time off. And if I should have traded, this is what I should do, or this is what I would want to do. The reason is because I've made enough hours this week, and I'm wanting to keep it. That's the only reason I'm not trading. If the opportunity presents itself in New York session, I will trade, and I will share also my screens then what I'm taking for trade. But at the first sight, this looks great. It looks better than all the rest that we had. The only thing I don't like is that we are having like a ranging form. We did take liquidity above, so that is nice. It's not much, but we did sweep it. The only thing I don't like is that we had equal highs made about this orb range. But except for that, this looks quite normal. Yeah, and if we do have a complete flush and a continuation, this should be final TP. For somebody that wants to take it, so stop should be at 20,201. First TP should be 20,078. And adding half R. $20,105. 55. So this is what I should have taken it. So you don't need my hand to guide you through it. So I'm sure that all of you that are in here that already know how to trade. So I've shown you 6-7 times already how I take it, and I believe with the documents that you already gotten from me that everybody can take this perfectly without my help. Now I just shared you where I should add extra. With this information, I believe you have everything that you need. Hi, John. Andre mute. Oh, hi. Mornings. Let me see if I found something. Close below. So close. Thank you. Yeah, true, Gabe. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not taking. How many orders did you make this week, John? This week. So we're here from we're now the 9th. So from 5th till 9. So from 5th, 5, 8. So 5, 8, 2.1, 8, and 4.2. I might, and then minus 0.9. Oh, I believe we can see this right in here. I don't need to count it. Can we see weeks in here? Yeah, we can see weeks. They're all together. Okay, so don't need to count. 2.9. I've got 23 hours this week, so I'm okay for this week. Can everybody mute himself if somebody is still on voices or something? It's happier for everybody else that we can just make it easy, so the sounds are clear for everybody. That's very thoughtful. If you just come in the chat, if you want to say something, you can unmute you and talk to us, of course, anytime. But if you are here and everybody hears you constantly, it's not fun for everybody. So if we are moving lower, we should see now a reaction. If there is any Andre inside, you can mute yourself if you want to. If you want to speak in the group, you can always say something too. But it's nice for everybody that everybody can just follow easy. So if anybody has a question about why I'm adding or why I'm not doing anything else, you can just ask. Like I said before, I definitely will post again my trades from NY session. So anybody that wants to do it my style, that you can. I'm not in a trade, Becky. I'm not trading this day. This was also on the screen. I said before that I was not going to trade this morning. I just put it everything on the screen so that anybody that wants to take it, that he can. But I told you before, I'm not trading because of the huge amount of hours I already made, and I want to keep it before the weekend. It gives me a more happy feeling. No, that's okay. Don't be sorry. You can only ask if you didn't hear. It's perfectly fine. It was not on the screen anyway, so you could see it. Can I ask something of all of you to do something for me? If you want, if you don't want, it's fine too. I'm having a channel myself, and I'm trying to or 1,000 subscribers. I'm halfway or a bit over halfway. Would be nice if the traders in here could help me ahead, so I can grow my channel a little bit. You don't need to, just asking. I used to teach crypto in Belgium, how to save correctly everything. So I'm now on 630, so want to get to 1,000 someday. I believe my channel is now about 4 years. This is my channel. Thank you. That's already been helpful, so I'm grateful for everybody that wants to help out. I'm trying to make an education together with Tai too, so that we can work something out, that we can make sure that everybody 100% knows how to add, because I've seen Tai now use it too, and I'm happy that people can use this, because his first TP that he set was a full directly a hit in less than 5 minutes after we closed the trade. So he has a really nice viewpoint of the markets. You cannot wish a better mentor than he is at this point. And I can know I've paid for a few mentors already myself. But I find him a very calm one. So everybody that's in here and that is been here for a while, be happy that you have a very good mentor. I believe I paid over 15 to 17,000 euros on mentors at this point. And he only cost like 150 over $165 at this point per month. So that's quite the amount. I'm not in a trade, Flair. I will be not trading today. I just put everything on the chart. So if I should have taken this trade, this is how I would have taken it. Because pre-London has not been very at all this week, I discretionary said I will not take a trade, and I believe I will be very happy by doing this. Otherwise, I believe I just would have given an hour back to the market, and I really did not want to give anything back today. So that would have been the stop. Very happy we did not take it. The reason I almost didn't like it is also because we had liquidity here engineered just above here, and they were all equal highs. So if we have a liquidity sweep, we normally have a spike and then a downwards move. And the other reason is because if we have a huge fair value gap filled up, normally we should close it until here. So this line. So once we close off the fair value gap till here, then I believe we could see a downwards movement. But before that, I don't believe we will see a huge down movement. So that would be a -1R if we would have taken it. So happy that we did not, that we had saved the funds for the afternoon session. I just wanted to take the time to make sure that I could help anybody out. The reason why I'm here is because I promised to be here every day. So I will keep being here every day. If you did take the trade, please lock the trade too. It's very important, especially for yourself, because the first 4 years of my life, I did not do any of this, and I really regret it that I did not do it. The reason why I regret it is because at a certain point, when trading was not always favorable for myself, I wanted to find constantly new stuff to do, and it really did not help me. Now, because I have a nice journal and everything is locked, every trade I take is locked, I can see if sometimes it does not go correctly. I can still see the Rs we collected. I can still see the happy feelings. I can still make the happy feelings of every trade I take, instead of my mind wanting to see only the not positive trades that we take. Somehow it sticks longer to my mind than the good trades, and I believe that is for a lot of you too, like this. So please journal. This is the most important thing in trading. It's the most boring thing too, but it's the most important thing that can only help your mindset grow very fast in trading. So this would have been minus an hour or minus a half hour if you have taken this. This looked like also sideways movement anyways. And we just taken out, look, this engineered liquidity. We just spiked above. I will take a look. I will take a look too if we have in London session, if that one would work. Okay.
I've won leads against Henry for money. I've won leads against. I will lead against Manhattan. It's like obviously we can probably.
Okay, Mark, can you please mute yourself? Thank you. So ES didn't take it yet. This is no time-based liquidity yet. So SMT normally forms over time-based liquidity. So this is no real time-based liquidity. So it's not the same like SMT really forms at a high time frame liquidity grab or a session liquidity grab. So then you can have a very nice viewpoint of SMT. So that's why Tai at a certain point yesterday said, once we taken out the highs, there should have been there you could have formed SMT, but SMT normally forms only on higher time frames or on sessions. I normally don't use it because I don't look at different sessions except of NY. What tornado warnings? You can mute anyone. You just want to click on their name and mute. Yeah. Yeah, I can mute him, but I cannot mute him for you guys. I can mute him for myself, but I don't believe it's the same for all of you. Okay, perfect. I don't like that you guys make me laugh in the morning, so that's also a happy feeling that I get. Okay. We will see if we have if I have a trade anywhere in the day itself. I will share it in Rising Star. But for now, I'll end the session, so you can see that we did not had anything. Happy that we didn't take it. Otherwise, it would be a half hour or an hour that you would have given back to the market. I would say I wish you all a very great trading for this day, and otherwise, and why I will definitely post how I take a trade if I do take one. If not, I'll be discretionary. We will see. Have a nice day for all of you, and thank you for subscribing on my channel. I really appreciate it a lot.